Hi team, it's Kate from the Fold Line. I'm back this week with a new video. I'm in a new location today because my sewing room is basically a tip and I couldn't be bothered to tidy it, so I just thought I'd come in here into my bedroom. So I am going to talk to you guys about a book. I'm doing a book review this week because I haven't done one for ages and we got sent a one which I think you guys will really like. So before I get onto that, what I'm wearing, I've got a grain line linden on. I think most of you probably would have seen this already. So I decided to sort of mix it up, and the front is a woven and this is a knit. So this is a Ponte sleeve and then this is a crepe on the front. I'm really pleased with it and it's something that I've worn loads. I'm definitely going to actually do another version of this because it's really comfortable and it feels, you can wear it, for me who's very casual, I think I can wear it out for dinner and it looks a little bit smarter than just a standard jumper. Yeah, right, onto the book. So it's called what's it called? Sewing Your Perfect Capsule Wardrobe. It's one of the most beautifully laid out books I've seen in a long time. Whoever did it should get a pat on the back. So the concept is that you sew a capsule wardrobe rather than sewing everything, and I feel that there's a real trend at the moment for people to actually, especially us makers, to actually stop and think about what we're doing rather than charging on, making like 50 party dresses that we never end up wearing, and thinking actually about your day-to-day life and what you would use in it. So the book comes with 5 patterns. The great thing is that it comes on, they're printed out. So at the front of the book and the back of the book, there's a pattern piece. It's on a sort of magazine weight paper. You will have to trace them off because they do overlap each other, but it's not sort of like a birder situation where it's like impossible to work out what you're tracing. So yeah, that's a really nice feature. The book itself, so I'll show you the 5 patterns. So at the front you get this with a layout. So you've got your skirt down here, a sort of jersey top, shift dress, blouse and trousers. So pretty much everything you would actually need to kind of build yourself a basic sort of wardrobe. Yeah, as I was saying, the layout is just like, oh, how nice is that? Beautiful. And so the front bit has got a lovely little section on fitting, lots of really interesting things, and I think obviously I can fit, you know, I've made quite a lot of things in my life, so I'm kind of more advanced in the fitting front, but they're really, I mean, it is really, the way that they've written it makes, if I hadn't done any fitting before and made alterations, I think I'd find this really useful. There's just no jargon, it's just written in quite a kind of easy to understand way. So they've got this, yeah, lovely section on fitting. The next section is fabric. So this I thought was really useful. So they've written on this page, there's like another page of it, what all the different types of fabrics are and what they feel like. And the other thing that's rather clever is they then tell you which pattern the fabric would work for. So at the bottom it says, you know, great for jackets, see page 122, which obviously has a pattern that you could make in that type of fabric. So that is great. So each section is sort of banded by colour, which I think is really nice. So let's start with the first pattern. So the first one that they talk about is the vest top, which is, I mean, super simple, but who doesn't need a vest top in their life? The first page, the layout is just beautiful. It's really inspiring. I love the way it's sort of like a mood board, and you can see there's little drawings and different types of fabric. So the racer style top has got this lovely detail on the back, so it kind of scoops around the back. Very simple little top. You then have, you know, sizing, so you can work out what size you are and how to cut out the fabric. You then get step-by-step instructions, which are really lovely, actually, really nice and simple. The illustrations are beautiful for these and really, really clear. And the bit that I think is really interesting is after they showed you how to make it, they then give you an alteration that you can make to that pattern to make it make it different. So this one, obviously it's quite simple. They flared it out from the underarm so that it's much looser fitted. And I think it's really nice to kind of look at patterns that you've got and think, actually, can I tweak this and make a small change which actually makes a big difference in terms of the final look. Right, so if we move on to the skirts, because I think you get a little bit like more of the sort of like what you can do to tweak it in this one. So the skirt, the two options, so there is a pencil skirt, which is really nice, and I love the fabric they've used for this. And then the other option is like a mini flared skirt, and you can see it's actually got really nice detail of the pockets. I love that. So you then get your obviously step-by-step instructions, which are really, you know, really nice, and then you get an option to turn this into a maxi skirt. So it will show you and will talk you through how to make the alteration to do that. I think if you've never done any sort of pattern alteration, I think this actually is a really nice book to start with, because the changes they make are quite simple, but actually they're quite dramatic as well. Then we have a shift dress, which is rather sweet. You know, that's a real, if you have the right body shape for that, that can be such a wardrobe staple. You could make that in like a beautiful drapey crepe and have it as a party dress, or you could do it in, you know, a brushed cotton and wear it over jeans. So it's quite a versatile kind of thing to have in your wardrobe, and it again has this really lovely sort of mood board to start with all the notions and different types of fabric that they've used. The second option for the shift dress is a flared version, which I think is probably more flattering on more body shapes, and it's quite a simple sort of alteration to make. I just think it's really nice, and then the options they give you, you can then pick different necklines, so they show you how to kind of talk you through how to change it up a little bit, and then also if you wanted to add a collar, they then show you how to do that as well. So it's a really interesting book, and I think it's really, I really like it. The trousers, so there is a fitted trouser and a flared one, and then let me get down. So they then tell you how to narrow the legs on it, how to add a turn up, and then if you're feeling really like you want to go mad, how to turn them into culottes. So yeah, I just really like it. And then at the back of the book, which is probably one of my favourite bits, they then show you collections of all of the stuff in how many different ways that you can wear it, which I think is really inspiring. And there you go, this is the trouser edit, and then we've got, might have one, yeah, the dress. So it's a really nice sort of all-rounder of a book, and I feel like, yeah, I think if you're sort of, you've made a few things before and you thought, actually, do you know what, I feel like I'm ready to do a bit of like tweaking and changing things up and learning a bit more about pattern cutting, I think this book would be great. And yeah, I was just super impressed, and it's beautifully laid out. So, I mean, to be honest, that's a win-win for me. Anything that's got a nice layout. Yeah, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. We will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!